You personally are aware of the challenges, and you've accepted that. But when you've tried to communicate what's going on, it's been amazing to me, and you said it as well, how people are reacting to the idea of responding and helping the people in this region. Can you share a little bit about that? I don't need to get too far into this, but I think it is an important part of the story.
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused at this point because I have been proud of America all my life, because of her huge heart to help those in need. And I've seen it in action so many times. And that's how my heart is wired, is to help people in need that can't help back, that can't pay you back. It's just really an incredible thing to be able to do. My first clue of this was it wasn't playing in the media very much. Every once in a while, but it's not the lead story. And this is a horrific, huge event. And I thought, this is really strange. And, yeah, I made a comment in a chat room last night just trying to understand the situation. And, I mean, within 30 seconds, there were, 45 or 50 very nasty, negative replies about this situation, that we shouldn't help, that nobody should help. And, I'm really confused. I'm not totally sure that I understand what's going on. The death toll right now is not high. And I say right now because I believe that there is such a huge risk of disease, waterborne disease, and I think the death toll will go up. I don't know if that's why the story's not playing. I rather think, though, it's because of the politics. And that really angers me sometimes because I want to put the politics on one side and look at the humanitarian crisis and take care of people.
Just the sheer number of children impacted, possibly impacted. What have you heard in the numbers on that?
Yeah, I've heard that there are 3.5 million children at risk. I heard one report that already there were maybe 75 or 80,000 cases of dysentery, which may be cholera.
Incredible.
Yes, it's huge, yeah.
You are, in fact, at the airport right now getting ready to head that direction.
That's right, yeah.
And you're going to be there for a couple of weeks. And you are going to be working with the IDRN and David Bopp. What do you think will happen when you come back?
I will be very noisy. I will speak to the people in my arena. I do have some connections in Washington. I already wrote a congressman last night, personal friend of mine. Yeah, I have to be a good steward of the things that I learn, and I kind of say a prayer as I go into the situation that I would see everything I need to see and hear everything I need to hear and then have the wisdom to know what to do with it.
Well, as you're there, our goal will be to help communicate and support you. You're going to be hopefully providing us a lot better understanding of how to network, how to bring resources in, and start telling the story even before you're back. What is your experience with communication from the field?
Well, I tell you, I was using a BlackBerry before it was the thing in America, and my situation after the tsunami was I was the only one that was able to communicate because of the email capabilities. I could send reports, text messages, just every way I can. I think David Bopp has a sat phone, and we'll just do everything we can to try to get word out of what's going on.
What do you feel like is the most critical thing people understand about this whole situation right now? The thing that you really want people to focus on? Well,
I don't know if this is the one. It comes to my mind, though. I think there is a fear of giving money because there is corruption in that region. But I know that there are reputable organizations that if you give the money to those organizations, they will make sure that the money goes to the needy places. But everyone is so afraid that the money will end up in politicians' pockets. But I wish that they would understand if they contribute, if they support known and trusted organizations, it's going to make the difference between life and death, maybe for thousands, maybe for millions.
Well, I don't want to turn this into a big advertisement, but really what you just said, since you brought it up, our network that we're working with right now really is already funneling resources to people on the ground. and the donations that are made through this particular channel, that money gets there. It is
Yeah.
not siphoned off into different people's pockets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It is making it to the people in need. And so I just want to reiterate that is a critical aspect of our efforts, and we appreciate that. And yes, well, I'll shut up now. Betsy, you and I have known each other a few years. I'm a big fan. Tell me, what is the biggest unknown for you on this one? Because like I said, this is so large and different. Like I said, it doesn't have the high death toll. You don't have to feed corpses. In this case,
Yeah.
you've got a lot of people that are going to be hungry and needing things. What do you think is going to be different this time around?
Well, I think the other situations I've been in, I think the aid got in pretty quickly. And the aid has been very slow on this one, so there are very angry people. So there could be quite some violence. And then again, the cultural issue of a woman's place in the society. And I tend to be pretty independent and kind of just right out there, and I'm going to have to really be careful that I don't cause problems. I really need to stay within the cultural sensitivity. Sometimes a crisis like this changes the rules. It changes the society rules. But I just need to really read the signs. I need to be very smart and empower. I don't need to be the center of attention. I need to empower our local friends on the ground because they're the ones that stay there. They don't get on a plane and leave in a couple of weeks. And I want whatever I do to be good for them.
Well, Betsy, I appreciate your time. I know you're getting ready to get on a plane, and you have our complete support. Always will, always have.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
And, got any final comments?
Oh, no, I for those who pray, it would be a really good time to start praying.
Well, you got mine, and I appreciate your time.
Thanks a lot.